Okay, hello. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. My name is Genelva,
I'm Meica.
And I'm Jaylene.
and we are the Money Savvy Sisters. We're also financial brokers. You know, it's life insurance month, and we are super excited for the show today. But before I begin, I just want to let you know that you can watch us live on Jess TV, via Roku TV, Fire TV, SSH 101 TV, NCG Television Network, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live on Jess TV and Jess FM pages. Or you can watch us 24/7 on jessfm.ca. Please like our page and also our page Jess TV, and also get your peoples to like our page. So I'm just going to kick it off with a few facts about me. We are financial brokers, and I didn't have a background in finance. And so I also like the aspect of creating in many different forms. You know, I like fashion, but I truly hate clothes because, you know, laundry. And my favorite color is black.
I love that. Again, my name is Jaylene. Some things about me is I come from a makeup artist background. I'm from BC and I come from a big family. I love fashion, I love to learn, and I love taking photos.
I love that. I am Meica, just once again, and my background is in service industry, so server, bartender, also a little bit of banking industry, and I also model. So it's kind of like a mixture of different industries that also led me to finance as well. Some fun facts about me. My favorite color is pink. I also have a big family like Jaylene's, and I love them so much. They're so much fun. And yeah, it's Life Insurance Awareness Month. So today's episode is going to be all about life insurance, which we're really excited about to bring more awareness to it. It's super important. We're going to start off with what is life insurance and why do I need it? So, life insurance is a contract between you and an insurance company, but it provides financial protection to your loved ones in case you pass away. So, it's important because it can cover expenses like debt, funeral costs, provide income replacement for your family. And of course, we need it because we want to see less GoFundMe's, okay? We want people to, pass down generational wealth. We want families to be okay financially when you lose a loved one. Like, it is so important.
Absolutely. I mean, the hardest thing I think is like just opening up a social media platform and having someone be like, please donate to the GoFundMe. Like, it's heartbreaking because it's like, man, I wish I could have just talked to them sooner, or I wish they would have been open more. It's just heartbreaking. So definitely an important thing to get life insurance. Do you got anything to add, Jaylene? Nope.
No, you guys covered that.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So there are two types of insurance. So there's term and there's permanent. And how term works, it's a lot like renting. So you can get different term lengths, such as 10-year, 20-year, 30-year terms. And what that means is that the insurance cost is guaranteed during that period of time. And when the term is up, it usually is about 3 to 4 times more expensive to renew. And then term insurance typically expires between the ages 75 and 85, and that means you don't get any coverage during or past that age, sorry. Whereas permanent insurance, it's a little higher deposit up front, but you do own it and it never expires and it's in place forever, and you can also build this neat little thing called a tax shelter inside where you can grow your money and access it tax free, which is a huge thing in Canada because who wants to pay money to the government?
Nope, not me.
Yeah.
some things I want to add to that. Term insurance, to give you guys examples like where we might use that for a client, might be a mortgage, because mortgages are only ever 20 to 30 years. Let's range it there. So that's not going to be with you forever, right? So you're only going to need that coverage until the mortgage is done being paid off. To cover children, because your kids should be getting independent in their 20s. So we'll do some extra coverage in a term length to cover you and your kids in case you pass. You want to make sure there's money there for them to continue whatever their expenses were that you were covering while you were there. And then, of course, like auto loans or credit cards, like you don't plan to have those for life. They do expect to get paid off at some point. So that's where term insurance can come into play. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah. Permanent insurance is also really great to start out as young as possible. So you can actually get permanent insurance on your children as well. So that's something that's really cool to definitely look into. And we're going to dive in more to that. But I'm just going to talk a little bit more in depth of why people need life insurance. Now, we did kind of touch on that a little bit, but just to go more in depth, like Jamaica was just mentioning, to cover debts. So those temporary debts that come into place, like mortgages, vehicle loans, credit card payments, anything along those lines. And then to pay final expenses. Now, most people don't know that it does cost a lot of money to deal with final expenses. So we recommend putting anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 aside for that. Most families don't have that. And that's like Genelva said, that's why we're seeing GoFundMe's, because people can't afford this and they have to go take out loans when they're going through a hard time anyway. So that's a huge reason why life insurance is important for everybody to have. And then income replacement. So let's just say that there's a family and there's a mom and dad contributing every month. With inflation, you can't live off of one income. You need both incomes, and both partners contribute. So making sure that you're covering both spouses in case something were to happen, and make sure that that family can live the same life if there was something tragic to happen, or if they were to lose a loved one. Another thing that's super important also is to leave a legacy behind for your family, and making sure that your family has some inheritance to go into. That's a really big deal, and that's definitely a big value from life insurance that Jamaica, Genelva, and I see. Also, some people like the idea of leaving money behind for a charity, so that's something to think about as well. So when you're thinking about why would I need life insurance, take all of these things into consideration.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I don't know if anybody had a comment. So we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about insurance for different stages of life. And to start off, we're going to talk about young adults. Even if you don't have dependents, like this is like a commonly thought thing with younger people. Like, I don't have kids, I don't need life insurance. Not the case, guys, okay? Life insurance can still cover debt such as student loan or provide a financial safety net for your loved ones after. When you think about it, if I refer back to my accident, if I had passed away that day, how selfish of me would it be? Like, I don't have kids, but I would have left my student loans, my credit cards, my car loan to my family and my funeral expenses to them. Like, that's like, if you add that up, that's like over $100,000 of debt I would have left to my family to take care of. Like, that is not okay living as a young adult. So us young adults have to think for our family's sake, hey, it's not, selfless of me to think of, hey, here's some money after I pass away and take care of whatever I left behind, because we don't know when we're going to go. Mm-hmm. So really just, if you do care about your family, which I hope most of you do, it's really good to get. And of course, the younger you are as a young adult, it's more cost efficient. So if you can spare $20 a month or even $10 a month, you can still leave something behind for your family. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I don't think a lot of people know that their debts get left to their family members when they pass. That definitely wasn't common knowledge to me. And me thinking back when I didn't have it, I was like, whoa, that could get tricky. Like, I would hate to put my mom in that position, or any family member for that matter,
Yeah, we definitely don't think about these kind of things at all. Like, I never was aware of it either. And also thinking about it, like, your parents are probably going to want to take time off work to grieve as well. So that's also really important. And yeah, so all these things are super important that we just weren't educated on. And that's why we're really excited to be sharing this.
Absolutely. And so another stage in life that someone may need life insurance would be like families with children. And, life insurance helps protect the child's future. God forbid you pass away, you can make sure that the surviving spouse or the appointed guardian can have some income replacement, so that the children's needs are still being met at the level that you want them to be met at. You can also ensure that funds for their education is in place and for their first home is in place. And just making sure that all the major milestones in life won't feel like burdens to them or feel like they're behind because they weren't gifted this information or the funds to do it. And then the next one I would say is empty nesters. You will still need insurance or life insurance for estate planning. You're still going to need life insurance for paying off debt and, of course, leaving a legacy. So just because their children aren't in the house anymore doesn't mean you don't need the insurance.
Mhm. Absolutely. The next thing I'm going to talk about is retirees. So, most retirees will say, do I still need life insurance? Well, life insurance also can be used for those final expenses, like we mentioned. So, it is important if you don't have that 30,000 to 50,000 in your bank account for your family, then yes, at a retiree's age, you still do need life insurance. Also, like Genelva just said, if you want to leave a legacy behind for your family and you'd like to leave a nice inheritance for them, that's also a reason why you'd like to have the life insurance as a retiree. Also, to cover any estate taxes. This is not something that people think about, and it's really important to remember that taxes do come involved when people do pass away. It can also provide for a surviving spouse. So let's just say you are a retiree and your husband was to pass, he might be having some income coming in some sorts that the surviving spouse would need. And like I said, people want to take time off when things come to that. So it's also super important to make sure that any bit counts for being a retiree as well.
Yeah. So essentially, every stage of your life insurance can come into play and be such a benefit to yourself and your family, of course. And I'll also mention, because we're going to go deeper into this anyways, but with the younger adults or even families, like Jaylene and Genelva mentioned this a little bit, but certain types of life insurance can have that investment component that can actually help out with the future, like children's education, maybe buy their first house, maybe they want to start a business. And also for retirees, that life insurance too can also help fund your retirement income as
Mhm.
well. So there's just so many different perks that it can definitely give to an individual, no matter what stage of life you're in.
Mhm. You can also set it up also for retirees that by the time that you get to age 65, if we start it earlier enough, that you don't actually have to pay for your life insurance after the age of 65, but you still have it in place. And that's why the permanent side of things is really amazing and really good to know. And like Jamaica said, they can also be living off of that life insurance. So it's a really, really great tool that everyone should be utilizing.
I wanted to also mention that you can get life insurance for your child, like Jaylene was saying, from like day 14.
Yeah.
So by the time you're giving it to them when they're 20, there's been so much, especially if it's permanent, in the tax shelter that they've probably already funded their house. Or you could gift them the house, because you spent so much money building something tax free, which other than a TFSA, that's really the only other place you could do that in Canada. And it's such a great tool to utilize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I'm just gonna do a little introduction again here. My name is Jaylene, and this is my co-host Jamaica and Genelva. We are the Money Savvy Sisters. You can watch us on Jess TV, Roku TV, Fire TV, SSH 101 TV, NCG Television Network, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, and Jess TV and Jess FM pages. or catch the replay for 24 hours on www.jessfm.ca. And please like Jess TV pages and invite your friends to like it too.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys are looking, and you can see on the screen, we also did leave our Instagram handles. So if you wanted to jot that down and reach out to us, we do have that up there for you. You can take a little screenshot.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, we are going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to play a little game. So if you're just listening in, that's okay. You can still guess with us. And if you're actually watching, you can also still guess with us. We're going to play myth versus fact when it comes to life insurance and, debunk a couple myths here with you guys. So to start off, the first one, I'm going to go first. The first one is, if you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance. Myth or fact? Myth, exactly. If you said myth, you are correct. Getting insurance while you're young and healthy, as you just heard us all tell you guys, it's often cheaper and it locks in your rates for the future.
Okay, mine is, you only need life insurance if you're the primary breadwinner. What do you think? Myth or fact? 3, 2, 1. Myth. That's correct. If you got myth, you will be correct, because a stay-at-home parent or a partner contributes significantly. So whether it's childcare or it's housework in general, losing that help is costly if you have to outsource. So making sure that you have something in place so that if that happens, you don't have to think about that.
Okay, so the next one is, you can make a charity as your life insurance beneficiary. Myth or fact?
3, 2, 1.
Fact! If you guess fact, you're right. Some people actually choose to leave a part or all of their death benefit to a charitable organization.
Yes, I love that. Okay, next one. Life insurance payouts bypass probate. Now, if you're just hearing probate for the first time and you're like, what is that? Probate means that when you leave money behind or assets or anything, they actually go through creditors and the government first before they see the hands of your family. So does life insurance payout bypass probate? Is that a fact or a myth? 3, 2, 1. Fact, exactly. So since life insurance payouts, they go directly to the named beneficiary, they often bypass the probate process, which is great because your family gets to take the money and go pay off whatever debts were outstanding and then keep whatever for themselves as well. So it's amazing that life insurance can do that for us.
Absolutely. Life insurance premiums increase with age. Is this a myth or a fact? All right, get your answers ready. 3, 2, 1. It's a fact. So if you got fact, you would be correct. Let us know how much you got right when we're done in the comments so that we could see how you guys did.
Yes.
So the age is determining factor in life insurance. Not only a factor, but the older you get, the higher your premiums will be. Also with age, health can be a factor, so the earlier and the healthier you are, the better to get life insurance.
Absolutely. Okay, the next one we have is, if you have life insurance, you don't need disability insurance or critical illness insurance. Now, is this a myth or is this a fact? 3, 2, 1. Myth! Yes! If you guess myth, you're right. I'm very passionate about this one. Life insurance covers death only. So disability insurance provides income if you can't work from an injury, and critical illness provides income if you get a critical illness like cancer, heart attack, things like that.
Yeah. The next one is, life insurance through your employer is always enough coverage. Myth or fact? 3, 2, 1. Myth. If you guessed myth, you are absolutely correct because employer provided life insurance is often limited. It usually only covers 1 to 2 years of your salary, which might not be sufficient for long-term needs for your family. So it's not usually enough. It's usually considered a bonus on top of the personal life insurance that you should have.
Absolutely. Your next one is life insurance can protect your business. Is this a myth or a fact? Ready? 3, 2, 1. It is a fact. If you got fact, you would be correct. So business owners often use life insurance for key person insurance or to fund a buy-sell agreement between partners.
Love it.
Yes, next one I have is life insurance is a bad investment. Now, I want to see what your guess is on this after everything we talked about. 3, 2, 1. Myth. Absolutely myth. Well, it's primarily for protection. Certain types of life insurance, like UL or whole life, build that cash value up inside, like we were talking about, and can be a part of your long-term financial plan. So, like Tamika was saying, you can fund your retirement, fund stuff for your business, fund stuff for your family, house for your kids, many things.
Yes. It's many benefits in one.
Yes.
The next one we have for you guys is life insurance can be used as collateral for a loan. Myth or fact on that one? 3, 2, 1. Fact. You are correct if you guessed fact. Some lenders out there allow you to use the cash value of your life insurance policy as collateral for a loan that you can use tax-free. If you really want to learn more about that, reach out to us. We love to show business owners, especially, how to use that tool and reduce their taxable income.
Such a good tool to use. Okay. Can life insurance sorry, I'm having difficulties here. You can't buy life insurance if you're over the age of 65. Is that a myth or a fact? What could it be? Are you ready? Get your answers. 3, 2, 1. That is a myth. That's a hard myth. So many companies we work with, they offer coverage for people over the age of 65, although your premiums will be higher, because as we said, age is a determining factor, and health is one as well.
Absolutely. Okay, the next one is life insurance premiums are generally lower for women. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Fact. Absolutely.
So win for us, ladies.
Yes, we are fortunate in that way. Since women tend to actually statistically live longer than men, our life insurance premiums are often lower.
Crazy to know, hey?
I never knew that before I got into business.
Yeah, same here actually. It was a fun fact for me.
Yeah.
The next one is life insurance is only for final expenses. Myth or fact? 3, 2, 1. Myth. If you got myth, you are correct. Life insurance can cover obviously a wide range of financial needs, as we've gone through already, beyond final expenses such as income replacement, super important, and paying off debts as well.
Absolutely. Okay, for your next myth or fact, can you name multiple beneficiaries for a life insurance policy? Myth or fact? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. That is a fact. So life insurance policies allows you to designate it more than one beneficiary, and you can choose what percentage each beneficiary gets. So if I don't want to say this, if you like one child more than the other, that's between you and you can always divvy it up that way.
I literally was gonna say that. I was like, if you're favoring one child over the other, parents, I mean, they don't need to know, but they'll definitely maybe find out when it pays out. So
you'll be gone by that time, so it won't matter.
yeah, they don't matter.
Okay, the next one is you don't need life insurance if you're covered by Social Security. 3, 2, 1. Myth. Absolutely such a myth. Social Security benefits may not be enough to cover all of your family's expenses after their death. Also, life insurance provides additional financial support. So like we said, taking that income replacement off and things like that.
Yeah. I find that when I've sat with clients in the past, I've literally had people tell me that, oh, like, doesn't the government take care of like you after you pass away? Like, that's not on your family. And I was like, no, ma'am, that is not the case. So please be so careful with the information you're getting about that. The government does not help out fully. I mean, I've heard some provinces having like little subsidies to help a little bit, but it does not help the full cost of dealing with someone after they pass. So please, please, please look out for your family yourself and get it for yourself.
Yeah.
And plus, the government's not good at managing money. We know that. We're like $1 trillion in debt. Let's not trust them with your future. Okay?
Absolutely fact. Okay. The next one, let's see if you guys can get this. Life insurance can help protect your family's standard of living.
Ooh, who remembers?
Fact. We definitely want to see your guys' answers in the comments when we get to rewatch after. So we hope you're participating. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Fact, exactly. So as you've probably heard us say already, life insurance can replace loss of income and provide financial security, helping your family maintain their lifestyle after you've passed away. People really don't understand that when there is a 2-income household and one is gone, and that's not going to be there anymore, things will change. People might have to downsize. People might have to change their kids' schools or take them out of sports activities because they can no longer afford it. That would really suck after already losing someone. So why not replace your income and have it still there as if you were there so they can continue to live the quality of lifestyle they already did? And really think about that. There's so many parents that don't think about that.
No.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't. Okay, so for your next myth or fact, we got life insurance payouts are delayed months or even years. Do you think that's a myth or a fact? Are you ready? Got your answers?
No, I don't.
3, 2, 1. That is a myth. While, of course, they can be delayed due to paperwork and investigations, most life insurance payouts are made within a few weeks of the claim being made. So they really try to make that process for you as seamless as possible because they, as people who deal with it on a daily basis, understands the heartache that you're feeling and they don't want this to be another thing you're worried about.
Absolutely. Okay, last one. Life insurance benefits can be used to fund college for your children. Think this is a myth or is this a fact?
I don't know. Are y'all listening?
That's a good question.
3, 2, 1. Fact. Absolutely. Beneficiaries can use life insurance payouts for any purpose, including funding college. Or whatever that looks like, they can use the money for what makes sense for them. It was left behind for them. We are so excited. I don't know about you guys, but that was like so much fun and I'm excited. I definitely think that we should do this again. Let us know in the comments how you guys felt about that myth and fact.
Let us know your score too. Did you get them all right? Did you get half right?
Yeah.
Were you surprised by some of the myths and facts? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know how many you got right. That would be really cool to see. Yeah, so just a little pause break here, intro. In case you're just tuning in now, I'm Meica and my co-host Jaylene and Genelva are here with me. We are the Money Savvy Sisters on Jess FM. And so you guys can catch us on live on Jess TV via Roku TV, Fire TV, SSH 101 TV, NCG Television Network, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live on Jess TV and Jess FM pages. Or if you do miss the live, you can watch 24/7 on www.jessfm.ca. And please go like our Jess TV page on Facebook, and please invite your friends to like it as well. Okay.
I want to let them know about our Instagram handle that's on the screen right now.
Oh, yes. If you guys are viewing us tonight, you can see on the screen that we have our Instagram handles as well, in case you want to reach out to us personally, talk to us, ask questions, maybe get a financial checkup, whatever it is, we'd love to hear from you. So please take a screenshot of that if you can. If not, we will also have it under this posted on the YouTube after and the Facebook after as well. So you can still get a hold of us. All right. We're going to move into some client examples and just chat candidly with you guys for a second here, especially in light of Life Insurance Awareness Month. To start off, I have a story that I heard at our work conference last year or the year before, and it just really touched my heart because it's so freaking sad sometimes. And the situation was a broker was, went on stage and was talking about a client that she had sat with who had a whole family, had kids, super busy lifestyle, and they were about to have a meeting to set up to apply for life insurance for this gentleman. And the day of the meeting came and he said, "Oh, things have come up. I don't have time to sit with you anymore. Can we push it to another date?" And this date was about 10 days after their original meeting date. And so thankfully, the broker was like, "Hey, how much time do you have? How much time can you spare?" And he was like, 15 minutes. And she's like, "Okay, no problem. Let's get this application in that 15 minutes real fast. I won't take up any more of your time. It's just so important that we just get it to underwriting to see if we can get you coverage in the first place." Now, 10 days later, when he wanted to move the meeting to the other date, the broker found out that that gentleman had passed away. And if she had not pushed to do that application on that day, because it was still in underwriting, so it was still getting processed. But we have this thing called temporary insurance when someone applies for insurance. Because in the case that something happens to you while the insurance company is making a decision to cover you, the payout can still be paid out to the family. And it was. So thank God for that broker to push and say, "Hey, I'll take the 15 minutes that you can give me." Because if that gentleman had waited till that next day, he would have died that day and his family would have gotten nothing. And so it's just so important to take the time to really look and assess your finances and see, what would I be leaving my family behind if I passed away tomorrow? Really think about that and put yourself in their shoes if that happened, and how you would feel about having to deal and handle everything financially in that situation. So I urge you guys, take the time, especially in spite of Life Insurance Awareness Month, take the time to sit down with a financial professional and just go over your options and see what's out there for yourself.
Absolutely. I know as brokers, sometimes it feels weird to reach out to people and push them so much. And then you just hear stories where like this, and it's like, no, you like have to, because anything literally could happen at any moment of the day. And seeing your loved ones in that turmoil of just stress is heartbreaking. And all it takes is just sitting down with somebody who knows what's going on in this department and getting your financial needs taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have a client example as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Jamaica who was like talking about this, and this one really resonated with me because she had somebody who she reached out with periodically. So she's always reaching out to them, and they're always like, "Yeah, we're gonna get together, don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna get together, don't worry." And this falls kind of on the same line, but just it definitely had a different impact than Mika's, because in between one of the follow-ups, something bad happened, and she wasn't able to, in that moment, she was like, "Man, I should have sat down with you. I should have. What if I would have done this?" eliminating the what if from your life is such a calming feeling, because when that bad thing happened, whether she woke up in the hospital or if she had a broken arm or whatever the case may be, she could have woke up and or looked around and been like, you know what, this sucks right now, but at least I don't have to go to work, and I don't have to worry about how I'm going to pay my bills, and I don't have to worry about what my next step is and how do I get back on my feet faster because I only have 3 days for work to leave me because my position is needed. Like, there are so many things that that person now has to focus on other than healing, because this isn't set up for them. And that's a hard thing in life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I just want to say, like, if you don't have life insurance right now or you weren't educated on this, don't feel bad because now you are educated on it.
Mhm.
And that's why we're here. And the thing about what we do is we change people's lives. Like what we do and how we help people is actually life changing. We aren't doctors, we don't save people's life, but we save people financially. And that's why we share this education. That's why we're sharing these examples. Trust me, I don't like talking about bad things and nobody likes talking about it, but the thing is we want to make sure that we protect our family from any kind of bad thing coming up for them. So I'm going to share another client example, and this is actually from my senior broker. She actually paid out this claim to a mom. So it was a mother and a father, and they had a son. And they wanted to wait to get their life insurance until they got their mortgage and got their house. And they did get their mortgage and did get their house. And Sierra said, like, this is really important that we get this in place. I really think that we should do this now, before you guys get the house. And good thing she did, because something drastic happened and the husband did pass away. That mom would have been left with a brand new mortgage that she would have had to deal with all by herself, raising her son by herself, being a single mom, and all of this stuff would have arisen for her. So that's just another client example. It's just to show that sometimes you feel like, oh, this isn't the right time or this isn't the right time. There's never going to feel like it's the right time, but doing it now is the right time because, like we said, there's so many benefits that come to it, obviously, and all those good things, but your family is the most important thing. And everybody, most people love their family a lot and want the best for their family. So that's why we're sharing these client examples, and that's why we take this so seriously and why we just talk about it all the time because it is important and we're not educated on this at all. So don't feel bad if you didn't know about this or you haven't had the chance to sit down with a financial professional. Like Jamaica and Genelva have said, we're here to help. We're here to spread free financial education. You can sit down with us for a free quote, a free consultation, education on how much coverage you need, and we can take all the stress out of it and the scarcity out of it as well.
Yes, I love that. So, yeah, like we said, shared some examples with you guys just to give real life situations where it's come into play. And just to segue into the perfect topic, the cost of waiting to buy life insurance. Damn, like we just touched on that. The first thing I'm gonna touch on is age and premiums. Okay, life insurance, as you've heard already today, are based on age. Life insurance premiums are based on age. So as you get older, and I've already mentioned this, the cost of coverage rises. So we cannot stress enough how better it is to lock in lower rates while you're younger. My young people, cheaper rates, lock them in for life, and you're only as healthy as you're going to be now. So lock them in the younger you are. Okay, I can't stress it enough. So important.
So important. Another factor of waiting, or a cost of waiting, is health conditions. I mean, you never know when you're going to develop a health condition. No one wakes up and is like, oh, I'm getting cancer today. Like, that's just not how life works, you know? And developing health conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes can lead to higher premiums or even make you uninsurable. So before that even is a possibility, where you're in good standing, go ahead and get that so that you can just forget about it and just know that there's peace of mind there.
Absolutely. Another what happens if you wait is if you wait, it increases your risk that you may become uninsurable, like Genelva just said, due to sudden illness or sudden accident. So securing coverage is early just ensures that your family is protected and making sure that you look into these things and do them as soon as possible because if something does happen and something does arrive, well, you may become uninsurable, and that means that you're never going to be able to have that protection in place for your family. And that's why we say getting it on your child as young as 14 days old is not ridiculous at all. If your kid became uninsurable, at any age, they would at least have something. So when they go to have a family, they would have something. Like if someone's uninsurable, you got to think if they have a mortgage, how is that mortgage ever going to be protected? Do you know what I mean? So like you don't think about these things and think about how important it is to protect yourself when you're in, health. You could be the healthiest person ever. And you could still get sick. You could get some kind of critical illness that could really affect it. You get an injury that could really affect it. And that's why it's important, like we said, the younger, the better. Your health is good, then get it now.
Okay, good. I want to add to this, but I know I am frozen, so I am just gonna refresh. But I'm gonna say this comment because our viewers can still hear me. Something that is such a misconception when it comes to life insurance, guys, is people just think you can just get it. It's actually a privilege in this country, not a right, meaning that you have to apply to see if you can even, get it, if you're eligible to get it. So it is just so important that you do this while you're young and healthy because it is not a right. We do not have to give you life insurance. It is a privilege. So you do have to apply to be eligible and get dug into medical history, age, smoker rates, all that, smoker status, all of that has to be coming into effect. I am just gonna, you guys let me know.
I'm just gonna take a do little elevator music do while we wait.
She wasn't frozen on my side, but maybe she was frozen on her side.
Yeah, I didn't see that she was frozen on my side either, so hopefully she doesn't take too long here. Now, I'm really glad that we get to second to talk about life insurance and the importance of it because it really is something that's not taken care of in our systems, like just in Canada in general. There's not really a place you can learn about this stuff, and so that the fact that we get to do this is so cool.
I think it's actually like it's so exciting to hear all the benefits that you get from life insurance as well. Like you're creating generational wealth with the tax shelters that you can have inside of a universal life insurance and learning how to utilize that is like so amazing. This is the 1% that are, above everybody else or ahead of everyone else is because they know about this stuff.
Absolutely.
Like we're sharing this with people, doesn't we're not looking for, the rich people, we're looking for people that don't know this, that are just like Genelva, Jamaica, and I, that we're not educated on this kind of stuff and just sharing that and like shining the light on it. Like life insurance is amazing for more than just, the talking about death and things like that. There's a lot more that comes to it and so many amazing aspects that you can actually take advantage of. Tax-free savings inside your life insurance policy, that's the only other place that you can save tax-free inside of Canada, like Genelva said. It's insane and nobody wants to pay taxes. I mean, it's our money in the first place and now we have to pay taxes on it. Not cool.
Yeah. Exactly. We're gonna do our next little segment while Meica gets back on here. She's telling us she's getting on. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about business owners and how they can be affected by getting insurance. I'm going to talk about a buy-sell agreement. Life insurance can be used to fund a buy-sell agreement between business partners. And like in the event that the one person passes away, the insurance payout allows for the surviving partner to buy the decreasing partner's share, preventing disputes over ownership and ensuring that the business stays intact and keeps its integrity.
Super important. Touching a little bit on that as well as family-owned businesses. So for family-owned businesses, life insurance can be used to cover estate taxes, debts, or other financial obligations that may arise upon the owner's death. Now, this helps ensure that the business remains in the family without needing to sell it or any of the assets or the business itself to cover those costs. So, keeping that legacy in that family and preventing that from being lost in the family, so it can be passed down generation to generation.
Absolutely. Welcome back, Meica. You want to tell us about key person insurance before we do a little intro again?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, we're gonna go into a little intermission here, and I'm just gonna share our little screen. So again, my name is Genelva, and these are my co-hosts, Jaylene and Jamaica, and we are the Money Savvy Sisters. You can watch us live on Jess TV via Roku TV, Fire TV, SSH 101 TV, NCG Television Network, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, all the lives on Jess TV, and on Jess FM radio, Jess FM pages. You can watch us 24/7 on www.jessfm.ca. Please like our Facebook page, Jess TV, and get your peoples to like our page too. For the listeners, I think we should say our ats just in case they can't see the screen. So I'll go first. Mine is Genelva Gibbs, so GENELVA GIBBS, and that's my Instagram handle.
Yes, my Instagram handle is at Jaylene_Ferreira17, and it's spelled JAYLENE_FERREIRA17.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine, but maybe someone has to repeat it because now I'm getting told that I have no audio. So, in case someone can or can't hear me, it's Meica Miller. So it's MEICA MILLER.
Okay, I'll repeat it for her. If you didn't hear that, Meica just said that her Instagram handle is Meica Miller. So that's spelled MEICAMILLER.
Okay, they can hear me again. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
What is going on today? Okay, so for our last, 15 minutes here with you guys, we're gonna go into a little bit of group versus individual life insurance. Now, if group insurance sounds foreign to you, that just means it's with your workplace insurance. That is the technical term for your work insurance. Now, typically the insurance is offered through employers and it provides basic coverage. Okay. So group life insurance is very limited, as we've probably heard in the past of this whole night. It usually only pays 1 to 2 times your salary. Now, keep in mind, this is the basic coverage. There are some workplaces that will allow you to pick a certain number times your salary. So in my past, when I worked at a bank, I was allowed to pick up to 10 times my salary for my life insurance for my family. So it can vary between 1 to 10 times your salary as well with work insurance. But keep in mind, we usually recommend 10 to 15 times someone's salary to cover everything that needs to be covered. So we only count group life insurance as a bonus, okay?
As a bonus. Okay. So now I want to talk about individual life insurance, which has more flexibility and customization. With the coverage, you can tailor it to your financial goals. And like Meica says, we recommend the 10 to 15 times your annual income. And so it is it's nice that you do get to customize it. And it's also portable. So it stays with you even if you switch jobs, because with work insurance, if you leave that job, you lose that insurance and then you have nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, supplementing the employer coverage. So many people need more coverage, like we mentioned, that is offered through their job. An individual policy can fill in those gaps, ensure your family has enough protection. And like we said, you may become uninsurable, so getting your own personal protection in place is important. And if you were to move a job, you would have to then go apply for personal insurance, and you may not be approved. It may be more expensive. So things like that and factors come in to play. So that's why it's really important to have personal insurance in place and not just rely on having, oh, I have good work benefits. Well, you could be laid off. You could have to change jobs. You never know what's going to happen. Life is unpredictable. That's why we are really saying you need to get your own personal protection.
Absolutely. So keep in mind, no matter if you have work benefits, it's always good to have something outside of the workplace because you are disposable. You might not want to hear that, but it is so true when you are working as an employee. Okay, now we're going to talk about the impact. I'm going to talk about the impact on inflation on life insurance. So, lately, inflation affects death benefits and how that's working. So, obviously, we know that the cost of living is up, cost of groceries is up, the cost of gas, like everything. So, inflation can definitely erode the value of your life insurance payout over time, right? Because we might not pass away today, but we could pass away in 20 years. It could be 30, it could be 40 years, right? And of course, the cost of everything's going to be up then. So a $500,000 death benefit today won't have the same purchasing power in 20 years. So you should definitely consider adjusting your coverage. This is why it's good to review your policy every year, every few years to adjust for inflation increasing on your coverage if you can. The also another thing to think about is if you have the permanent type of life insurance, you got to remember there's an investment component. So that investment component can also help offset the inflation in the future as well, but always still a good idea to review your coverage and making sure that it is also adjusted for inflation.
Absolutely. The next little thing we're going to talking about is life insurance and estate planning. So paying estate taxes, I know Jaylene had spoke about this. I don't think people really know that they do have to do that. Your estate is large. Think of all the taxes that you have. Life insurance can provide the funds to pay those estate taxes, ensuring that the people you leave money for receive more of your assets. We want to be giving less money to randoms and more people in our family, leaving a legacy and making sure our name and our people are taken care of before the government tries to take some of your money. And then another one is avoiding probate. We talked about this. The death benefit of life insurance policy is paid directly to your beneficiaries, tax free. So you bypass probate, and often probate is a lengthy process, years. You won't see money for years. So getting life insurance, bypassing that headache, and making sure that your legacy is left in the hands of the people you want it to be left in.
Yeah.
Can I just say an example for a second? When you said probate is a lengthy process, a lot of people think, oh, I can just sell that loved one's assets and get the money from that and I'll be fine. So they don't need insurance. It's also a lengthy process to sell a house after the owner has passed away. And that process can take months, years to figure out. And you need to deal with the body a lot sooner than months or years. So just keep that in mind as well.
Another thing also is I know a young woman that her parents both actually passed away, and her dad had lots of properties and stuff like that. So she was paying lots of capital gains on all of that stuff that he had. Because if your family has more than one property that they're leaving behind for you, you have to pay capital gains on all of that too. So imagine paying capital gains on that and then paying all these taxes and not having any kind of life insurance policy pay out to help with any of that. So all of that money that he left behind really, really dwindled because of all these things that come to place when something like this happens. So changing a little bit into equalizing inheritance. So life insurance can help equalize inheritance. And for example, if a child inherits a family business, life insurance can provide equal value to other children as well. So making sure that it's distributed throughout the whole family. And then charitable giving. Some people, this is a big thing for them, and that's exactly what they want to leave their money to. They might not have a lot of family or loved ones, or that's just something that is really big in their heart is to give to a charity. So you can name a charity as a beneficiary, like I did mention before, in your life insurance policy. And this is allowing you to support causes that you really care about after you pass away. And that's for some people, that's leaving their legacy behind and makes them feel really good. So whatever it is to you and it fits your goals is what's important.
Yes, I love that. Anybody want to add any thoughts on that before I just do a quick recap here?
I think she killed that.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, we always have so much fun with you guys. Just to recap what we went through today, we obviously, it was all about life insurance. So we talked about what it is, why do we need it. We talked about the different types. We talked about the different stages of life that, it can come into play. We played a little game of myth versus fact and hopefully debunked some myths that you guys might have thought were true out there because they're definitely not. We also talked about the cost of waiting to buy life insurance. Don't wait. Don't wait, guys. Don't do it. If you're thinking about it now, go check it out. Go educate yourself. Do it now. We also talked about life insurance for small business owners and entrepreneurs, which is really good as well. Great tool to use. We talked about the difference of group life insurance and individual/personal life insurance as well. We also talked about the impact of inflation on life insurance. And we ended it off with life insurance and estate planning and how that can also be a huge benefit to you and your family as well.
Yes.
Any last minute thoughts?
Yeah, any last minute thoughts anyone wants to add in? I was going to say, again, like we said, if you didn't know anything about this, this is okay, and this is why we're here. And please reach out to us if you have any questions. And like I did mention before, we are all financial brokers, and we're here to provide free financial education. We weren't taught these things in school, and that's why we're super passionate about sharing this information with you guys. So please reach out to us. Our Instagrams will be linked. Feel free. We're here to give you all the information that you need, a free quote, or anything else that you may have questions on, or you want us to go more into depth. We are happy to do that. So just to end things off, my name's Jaylene. My co-host here is Meica and Genelva. We are the Money Savvy Sisters. We're always here sharing fresh new topics every single Wednesday. Make sure you tune in at 7:30 PST, 8:30 MST. We're always bringing you amazing financial education on different topics. So you want to tune in every single week because it will be something new. And you can watch us live on Jess TV, via Roku TV, Fire TV, SSH101 TV, NCG Television Network, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, on Jess TV and Jess FM pages. Or you can watch us 24/7 on www.jessfm.ca. Please like Jess TV pages and invite your friends to like them as well. Maybe Genelva can share our Instagrams one more time for everyone to see. And yeah, if you guys ever have questions or comments, please add them in and we will try to review them and make sure that we can bring you stuff that you guys want to hear and you want to learn more about. So let us know if you have some burning questions or some topics that you'd like us to go through.
Let's drop our ads one last time.
Yep.
Okay, mine's Meica Miller, MEICAMILLER.
Mine is Genelva Gibbs, GENELVA GIBBSS.
And mine is at JAYLENE_FERREIRA 17.
Perfect. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. See you
Thank
next
you.
Wednesday.